Hey everybody, it's Jamie Sanderson, the Culinary Encourager. I'm here in Greer, South Carolina, and I've had a marvelous day at Gusto Seafood. I'm with Adam. Adam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for coming by.
Hey, thank you for having me. Your whole staff has been awesome. I've got to meet a lot of people. Got to meet John, got to meet Chris, got to meet my man back here cutting the salmon. I've actually gotten to scale some fish, and I've actually got the pin bones. I got to take one out. I'm gonna tell you something right now. That is a challenge, folks. Do not think it's easy. These guys are pros at what they do. And Rody, I took a bone at your fish, so whenever you get it, just remember, I did some work on your fish today. All right, Adam, tell me the story about Gusto Seafood.
So my grandfather, Nick Spiek, is, he was our founder. He started the company back in 1979. He started by just he was an entrepreneur. He had started a couple businesses before this that hadn't really taken off. Specifically one called Camp Ticket, where he worked with campgrounds and RV sales to kind of connect the two. So he always loved kind of connecting with people, working with businesses to help supply them, with product, client, whatever that is. And so he really saw a need when he moved to Greer, because he's originally from Virginia. He moved to Greer with his sweetheart, Gigi or Gladys, my grandma. And they started a family here. He really wanted to kind of have something real, and he saw a real need in the Upstate for fresh seafood.
Sure.
So he just started driving out to Charleston once a week, and started out with just his truck and some coolers in the back, and would bring grouper back and cut it for fresh for here for people, and just kept doing that. Fell in love with supplying seafood to the city, to Greenville, to Greer, to the whole Upstate, eventually he started another business called Sushi with Gusto out of this business that became a national franchise. And he's been here. Greer is in the blood of this business. And I am extremely proud to be able to be a part of the business here 45 years later. Wow. And learning, all of the stuff that he did that I didn't really appreciate growing up, in terms of how much hard work he put into this business, how much hard work it is to be a butcher, and to supply, high class, fine dining establishments, and hitting that grade of quality and service has been really cool.
On a consistent level too, right? That's what keeps customers coming back, is being consistent. And I'm gonna tell you right now, everything that I've seen in this operation screams standards, screams consistency, it screams organization, but more importantly, it screams pride. You guys put a lot of pride into work. Tell me about the heart and soul of Gusto and what you guys try to put out into the restaurants here.
I mean, at the core of what we do is freshness, right? Mm-hmm. I think that, again, my grandpa really saw that restaurants were having to settle with the seafood that they were getting here. And so what we really pride ourselves on is the quality of the meat is table stakes for us, right? Yeah. Like, mm-hmm. we know our suppliers very well. We've had long-standing relationships with every single one of our suppliers, and so they know what we expect. So we're able to kind of have this trust in what they're bringing us, knowing that we're not going to have to throw away anything, or that it just won't be up to our clients' standards.
Yeah.
And then I'd say, the big thing is that trust is such a big part of seafood. So we really try to, just stand behind our product, stand behind our service, our delivery drivers. And again, like I was saying earlier, our delivery drivers are our cutters. So the people dropping the product off are the same people that cut and packed it that day. Yeah. And that really adds a level of pride to every piece of this business that is very hard to come by in much larger, corporations that compete, do what we do.
Sure, and what the beautiful thing is about that is that whenever your cutters go to deliver this fish, if there's any questions from the chefs, the cutters can actually say, well, this was cut this way, this is why it looks this way, we can guarantee it was cut this way, blah, 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 right? But more importantly, there is actually an added benefit to say we stand behind our product 100%. How? The cutter is actually giving you the meat off the truck, right? So it's a closed loop process. I really love the flow of what you're doing here. I mean, we see some big fish back there. We got my master back here that's doing all kinds of stuff on the salmon. I'm telling you, folks, there's a lot of stuff I could talk to Adam with. And there's probably going to be a lot of interviews to come, because this will be the last time I come here, okay? So just keep this open for me, all right?
Love it.
All right, so here's the thing. We're going to leave you with this. I want you to give some shout outs to some of your staff. and I want you to get some shout outs to some of the restaurants that you serve, okay?
Cool.
All right, have at it.
I mean, shout out to everyone here on this cutting floor. They are the value that we bring to this community is right here. They are doing, this is what Gusto is these guys right here. John, who do we want to shout out restaurant-wise?
Tip 301, Rick Irwins. They are an extraordinary culinary group.
Keep going.
Yeah, so Table 301 and Rick Irwins, they've been a bulwark here in Greenville for many, many years. Gusto Grill, my alma mater restaurant right there. Clay Hall, he does a fabulous job over there with Lamar Reddish. And we're just really excited for what Greenville is doing in the community, even the up-and-coming restaurants. You've got Abyss, you've got Coral, who's been here for 4 or 5 years here. Yeah. It's just extraordinary what they do. So thank you so much for all of your patronage and allowing us to service your restaurants.
Yeah, and speaking of Abyss, they're lighting up the scene right now. We were there for their friends and family. I'm telling you, that food's exquisite.
Oh,
Nice
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Phenomenal stuff in the seafood scene in culinary in Greenville.
It is. John, you're a good dude. I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you, Jamie.
You got Chris over here.
I got Chris here. I've got Tyler.
Tyler's doing a great job. What's up, Tyler? How you doing, buddy?
I've got Zaza. He cuts all the salmon and does a brilliant job with them, and everyone is happy with his work. So Adam does a great job as well, and there's a half a dozen other people here who are off today, but they do a great job.
They do. The whole staff does a great job. John,
Yes,
Adam, you guys are awesome. I appreciate everything you do. Zaza's over here. Let's go end up on him, and we'll finish up the interview. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We're going to go over here. We're going to look at some salmon cutting. Check it out real quick.
So this is
Master at work.
snapper. He's cutting snapper now.
Okay, so we got snapper cutting right now. Master at work.
And look at how clean those bones are. And you'll notice you can see the imprints of the bones against the fillet, which is a really good sign.
Yeah, we're going to get some. When he goes to cut again, I'm going to get some good sound off that. Check this out right here. Here we go. Keep going, Brand. You got it. There you go. Look how precise those cuts are. Look at that. Want to say hello, sir? Hey. All right, Jamie Sanderson, the culinary encourager, Gusto Seafood in Greer, South Carolina. This place right here is serving fish to a lot of the restaurants in the Upstate. If you're eating salmon today or snapper or any kind of fish up here in the Upstate, you're probably eating Gusto Seafood. Say bye, Adam.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for coming by.
Good job, man.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
man.
you got you.